Everyone wants me to talk about this. Sources. Quad promoted to FlyQuest in the LCS, Jensen on the bench. Well, Quad proved to be a carnivore mid laner. Nikolai Jensen was benched from FlyQuest ahead of the LCS 2024 summer season. Sources have told Sheep Esports on Wednesday. Instead, FlyQuest challenger mid laner Quad Soo Hyung will be promoted to the LCS roster. Jensen benched. According to sources, FlyQuest Challengers is currently exploring the market to find a replacement for Quad. As of now, Jensen is sitting on the bench and is not expected to play for FlyQuest in the summer. However, sources informed Sheep Esports that it's still possible for Jensen to play for another team this summer, as FlyQuest is open to transferring the player. However, at the time of writing this article, Jensen isn't a part of any starting LCS roster. So the thing about Quad, so we'll just start with this. The thing about Quad is that Quad is actually extremely good. From my experience playing with him, and then if you consider what he did as an import, right? He's 21 years old. He came in, he played with Fly Challengers, played in the Challenger League. I believe they won, right? So they ended up winning. They won 3-0 in the NACL. So he came over, he got rank 1. He was really good in solo queue all the time. He played really well in Academy. He pretty much did everything you'd expect from an import. Like, he didn't show up and, he wasn't wavering and he's getting this because Jensen is just awful or something. I legitimately believe that the reason for this is more because of the fact that Quad is actually good. Like, I don't know, bro. I played with this guy in solo queue a ton. He's just insane. Like, he just looks like the best. He looks like he looks like Chovy, bro. He looks like Chovy in North American solo queue. Just dicks everyone. To me, even though I think Jensen is like a good player, this is a move that I don't hate, because it's a move that raises your ceiling, and their goal is to like win LCS. Their goal is to be competitive internationally. Like, that's what this roster was built for, and they have an import slot. I don't hate Jensen being replaced by Quad, because Quad is who he is. If Jensen was just benched and it was like Spyrax there or something like that, and then I would just be like, okay, this is just cringe. They're having internal issues. Maybe they're having some level of internal issues, but the fact that their sub is like the best Academy player we've had, it makes sense. After playing for DRX and the LCK at the start of his career, Quad joined Nongshim Red Force in 2023. However, following disappointing results and a ninth place finish with the team, Quad decided to play abroad and eventually joined FlyQuest Challengers in the NACL this year. In the Challengers League, Quad was a step above the competition and managed to finish both the regular season and playoffs in first place alongside a strong roster. If he continues to show a strong level, FlyQuest could return very strongly in summer. While the team was very young during spring split, finishing first in the regular season, they failed to win the LCS finals after a defeat to Team Liquid Strong. A similar fate awaited them at MSI. Okay, who cares about this? Anyways, point is, Quad is in. And I actually think it's like a decent roster move. I don't hate it. Quad wasn't actually good. They would have had an import replace support instead. I mean, maybe. I think that Busio is a player that they still view has some upside. I feel like Jensen's good, and you just get what you get. If you have Jensen on your team, you're probably not going to be playing a bunch of these like weird mid laners. You're probably going to hope that you are in an Azir Orianna meta, and he can just play control mages. He plays like side lane pretty well for a North American player, or like a player that plays in North America. So he'll always be strong in the games. He plays team fights pretty well. It's just there's not that like X factor. And I think right now they're going for a player that raises their potential ceiling as a team and will play more of the style that it feels like Bwipo and Inspired want to play. Like Bwipo and Inspired, even though they ran it down at MSI, I feel like the way that they approach the game is generally good. Like, I think that is a mindset that I prefer. I've always been on the side of liking aggression out of teams. It's just something that I prefer. It's the main reason why I've historically always enjoyed watching the LPL over the LCK. I feel like when done perfectly, it is better to be aggressive and making plays than be passively playing the game. And I think that is something that FlyQuest can index more into with Quad. Thoughts on Sven to Dig? Sven to Dig is interesting. I don't know how good he's been playing as AD carry. I have no idea. But I feel like him over Tomo is a no-brainer, bro. I'd rather have a washed Sven as AD carry than have Tomo on my team. That's just how I see it. I think Tomo is very boring overall.